The research team dug up a golden divine bow in the desert. The moment it surfaced, the entire land trembled. The man was drawn to its overwhelming power. To keep others from noticing the bow, he quickly wrapped it in cloth. Late that night, the bow began making strange noises. He rushed to pull off the red cloth covering it. The bow was releasing a shocking wave of energy. He tried to experience its power himself, but the second his fingers touched the bow, a wild force blasted him into the air. He realized he could never control this artifact, so he brought in an expert to study it. He explained the terrifying power hidden inside. The expert didn't take it seriously at all. He even reached out to touch it directly. Luckily, the man stopped him in time. To prove the bow's true power, he used a special metal claw to grab it, but the instant the claw made contact, a huge burst of energy melted the steel into liquid. The expert was stunned by what he saw. The man suddenly had a crazy idea. He wanted to use the bow to rule the entire world, to pursue immortality. The prophet imprisoned a group of girls in a secret base. They used the QR codes on their arms to receive food. Their lives looked carefree on the surface, but the price they paid was enormous. When the time was right, they were sent into a laboratory. A prepared biochemical serum was injected into their bodies through advanced machines. Once a pregnancy was detected, they were moved into medical pods to grow the fetus. When the fetus reached 2.5 months, the pregnant women were taken to a mysterious temple. Inside stood a massive device, like a tomb built in advance for mother and child. As the steel doors closed, a mechanical tendril slowly extended from inside. It connected itself to the device on their abdomen. In the next second, the fetus's life force was drained, flowing through clear tubes into a small vial. The entire process was painfully unbearable. The pregnant women screamed with all their strength, while the supervisor watched with fanatic excitement. When their life signs completely faded, their bodies were sent into a roaring incinerator. But when the prophet tried to absorb the essence in the vial, a sudden force pushed him into a pool of water. He recovered quickly from the shock, realizing someone had set him up. His sharp gaze locked onto his subordinate. The man suddenly drew a dagger and tried to stab him, but such an attack meant nothing to the prophet. The origin of all this went back 5,000 years. During a war between gods and demons, a celestial god shot a divine arrow to win. Its power was so overwhelming, it turned the entire world into ruins. The surviving humans fell into endless suffering, but in the wasteland stood a sacred pyramid. Legend said it was a paradise untouched by chaos, but ordinary people had to pay huge wealth to enter. In truth, it was a space created by the demon Mike. His real purpose was to find a suitable host for himself to gain immortality. Mike injected the god's genes into the girls. When the fetus matured, he drained its life energy. As long as he absorbed enough power, he could return to his peak and seize divine strength. But his tyranny sparked a rebellion among his followers. People formed a resistance army on their own. By then, Mike only needed one more child's life force to complete his plan to rule the world. But during the final extraction, the machine malfunctioned. Anna fell toward the furnace chute. At the critical moment, her best friend grabbed her just in time. Her friend was actually part of the resistance. She sabotaged the machine, stopping Mike's plan, and successfully saving Anna. Legend said once the god returned, the sacred tree would awaken again, and the god would regain his power, bringing peace back to the world. But just as Anna and her group entered the sanctuary, Mike's army arrived right behind them. With overwhelming technology, humans stood no chance. The elder could only watch the enemy march straight in. But at that moment, a leaf silently fell from the sacred tree, landing on Carl's weapon. A divine force triggered his memories. Carl was the reincarnation of the celestial god. Godlike power surged back instantly. With a single strike, he crushed Mike's army, but Mike eventually gained the god's genes. Returning to his youthful strength, he raised the ancient divine ball above his head. Its powerful energy surged through him. A catastrophic battle for humanity's survival was about to begin.